guys, I'm back with another weekly grocery haul and meal plan for you. I'm going to start here. I was able to find some chicken tenderloins, some boneless, skinless chicken breast, 2 of the 8 packs of Gatorade. I found the Glacier Frost for my husband and the Cool Blue, some ground pork, golden Oreos, corn on the cob, ground paprika, garlic powder, Yardbird rub, broth base beef seasoning, broth base chicken seasoning, the generic for Scott toilet tissue, soft soap hand soap refill, some trash bags, 16-pound bag of kit and caboodle for my kitties. And then I got Abe some dog biscuits, the hip and joint. I cannot find Abe's dog food anywhere right now. Everything seems to be out of stock. Okay guys, that was my mini grocery haul. Knock on wood, I'm doing really well with continuing to use stuff out of my pantry and freezers. Although I can feel a little bit of wiggle room in my pantry. Charmaine challenged me to participate in the Get to Know You YouTube Creator Challenge. I have been challenged to answer 5 questions so that you can get to know me a little bit better. So the first, I have them written down here so I don't forget. So the first question is super easy. Lefty or righty? I am righty all the way. My right hand has always been dominant. There are a few tasks that I can do with my left hand, but it's nothing like writing or, and I don't have very much grip in this hand. So I am righty all the way. Next question, single or taken? I am taken. And it also asks, if you're taken, how did you meet your significant other? If you're new to my channel and you have not ran into my husband in one of my videos yet, my husband's name is Ray, and he pops in and out of my videos, or sometimes you see his hands or his voice, those kinds of things that you may hear. But Ray and I actually met quite a while ago online, back whenever it wasn't like the thing to do, because you know I'm a little bit older than a lot of people on YouTube. So Ray and I, in August of this year, Ray and I will have been married for 10 years. We started a conversation online. Back then I had a job where I traveled like exclusively. I was gone for like weeks and weeks. Sometimes I would come home on the weekends and sometimes I wouldn't. So we spent the first several months just getting to know each other via phone or email, those kinds of things. And then whenever I came home, we met, had a great dinner date at the Outback Steakhouse. And then as months and months would go by, I started wanting to be with him more than I wanted to be challenged for my other job in doing traveling and working in the operations role that I worked in. So I told my boss that I needed to cut back on traveling, and my husband and we got married, and I have an amazing stepson, Tyler, who I just love him to pieces. So that's the story of my husband and I. Next question, to name 3 positive traits. I would say first and foremost, a positive trait is that I love Jesus and I am a Christian. I try to convey that in my actions and outwardly in my kindness to others. And I try to remind all of you in every one of my videos not to forget that Jesus loves you. My second positive trait is that I am a very honest person, and sometimes kind of too honest. But the thing about me, and anybody that knows me will tell you, is that I am very honest, but I'm honest and not in a hurtful way or a vengeful way. But I try my best not to stretch the truth just for somebody's feelings, or try not to be mean if I have to tell somebody that may be hurtful. So I'm definitely an honest person. If you ask me something, I will give you my honest opinion. And the last positive that I have, I'm not sure how much of this part of my life that you guys can see just on the other side of a camera, but I'm very goal-oriented and driven person in my professional life. I really enjoy my job. It's very challenging. I love the people that I work with, but if we've got a goal, or if we've got a project, or if we even around the house, if we're working on something, then I'm driven to get it done by a set date. So those are my positives. Next, on the flip side, are my 3 negatives. So these are a little harder. Probably my biggest negative trait, and if my husband was here, he would be in the background shaking his head like this. He may even comment below. But I think my biggest negative trait is that I am very impatient. Like, that much is probably saying that too much of patience that I have. So like, if things are not going well, if things are too hard and don't fall into place the way that they're supposed to, if I'm struggling to get something done, typically I have to walk away from it, do something else, focus on something else, get a better perspective, and then come back to whatever I was trying to do whenever I was losing patience. So I'm very impatient inside stores. Like, if we're waiting and waiting, I'm all about giving everybody a chance now that we're in the middle of COVID and so many stores are struggling. But if somebody is standing there flipping on their phone and there's a big long line and nobody's helping us and that kind of stuff, I won't stand there in that line. I will leave and go to somebody else. Go to another store that can get me in and out of there faster, because I am so impatient. It's something that I'm working on, but I am going to admit I've got a long way to go on that one. The next negative trait for me is that I drive way too fast. So I feel so funny telling you guys this stuff. So this is another example of my husband and I being exact opposites. So me, I want to go from point A to point B as fast as I can to get there, so that we can do whatever we have planned there. My husband is the exact opposite. He wants to take every country, windy, hilly, curvy road that takes you way out of no man's land and then back into our location. It makes me crazy, y'all. It makes me crazy. I'm like, you could just hop on the highway and go 2 exits and we're there. So, but that's a little bit of impatience, and it's me being used to getting there way faster than he goes places. And then the last negative is I could easily do the minimalist lifestyle if it wasn't for my husband. Everything has to have a place. I try to stay as organized as possible. I have eased up a lot on this just from having to live with somebody. But whenever I lived alone, I mean, I was very organized. Everything had a spot. Everything, was labeled where it needed to be in my mind or outwardly on the packaging. So I need to continue to work to give that flexibility in my home, so that my husband doesn't always feel like he's on pins and needles about not putting the knife back in the right drawer. So, but yeah, so I am very routine and organized and things like that. And sometimes I think I can take it a little bit too far, especially in our barn outside. It really needs some work out there. All right, last question. Where do you see your YouTube channel in 5 years? So this is an absolute great question. As I mentioned, I'm a goal-oriented person. One of the main goals for me doing YouTube videos was to get monetized, and my channel is now monetized. I have met that goal, which I would not have been able to do that without all of you helping me get there. So thank you very much for doing that. But my big goal for my YouTube channel is I am 52 years old. I love my job. I'm not planning on retiring anytime in the near future, but at some point in time, I would love to retire, and my YouTube is my long-term retirement plan. So I'm hoping that my YouTube channel continues to grow, continues to provide income to my family so that we can be in a good spot whenever it's time for my husband and I to retire, that financially that we're in really good shape. We've paid off our debt. We continue to have good savings, and I want YouTube to keep my mind busy and to give me something to do that I enjoy after I retire from my full-time job. So that is where I hope my channel is in 5 years. And I hope that YouTube is still around in 5 years and many more until I get ready to retire. All right. The second part of this Get to Know You challenge is that I get to challenge 5 YouTube creators to answer these questions. I have chosen the following ladies. They are all so dynamic, and how I came up with them is these are channels that I love watching, or I love participating in collabs with, or I love reading their Instagram posts. They have caught my attention. I'm looking at all the good food that they're posting, some of them. I'm learning about different diets. They're all great channels, great channels. And I have challenged Amanda from Faith, Food, and Family, Katie from Life with the Love Days, Courtney from Mama Makes It Happen, Desiree from Mama's Friendly, and Cynthia from Our Big's Adventure. I will have all of these 5 ladies' channels listed below in my description box. If you have not heard of these channels or you have not had a chance to see what kind of content they make, I highly encourage you to click on their link below and check them out. You're going to find something in all of their channels that you absolutely enjoy. So now that I have completed my challenge from Charmaine, I say, let's finish up this video by going through the meal plan really quick. Hey guys, I have my weekly meal plan for you. We're going to be having taco lasagna, chicken nuggets and fries, meatloaf, barbecue bacon chicken sandwiches, Texas Twinkies, Salisbury steaks, and we're going to be eating out with friends one night this week as well. And that's a wrap on today's video. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. I'll see you guys in the next one.